The next question is from Becca McNally about, you said, how do we submit a ticket if we notice that our debt info is updated?
So yeah, we have a specific link for that. I can just repost that. It is pinned in the Consumer Compliance channel. I can repost it today just as a refresher for anyone new or that may not have seen it when it went through. But there are links there to, again, the 3 different forms, one for redev, one for question, and one for any content review that isn't going through the regular process on your brand board. So yeah. Great, thank you.
First, Julia Johnson asked if editorial leadership has pushed back on specific topics. What's the best process to approach those? Should we bring them to the or should we bring them to commission?
Christine, before you answer this, I want to give a little bit of context too. Like, we know that your team is not the one giving these rules. Like, we know that oftentimes they're coming from the brand partners, they're just giving you a list of things like, here are things you can't do or here are things you can't say. And so if we have questions or concerns that we're surfacing from our team about how those requests might impact editorial integrity or process, things like that. We've kind of handled them on a one-off basis up until now, but is there a preferred process for that? Like, we prefer to give it to you first, we prefer that knowing that it's probably going to have to go back to the brand partnership, we talk to partner strategies, what do you recommend?
Yeah, I'd love to have that coming through Airtable. So when we submit something or if they come to us with a request, there should be an Airtable ticket for that. I'd love to just see whatever it is you want to say, like, hey, we really want to keep this because, and have that in Airtable. I will tell you the more facts you can arm us with, the more likely we are to be able to persuade the brand to come to our side on this. So for example, if you have volume, if you have number of clicks, number of sales, anything related to, like, this site is bringing in this much money, and I don't have access to those numbers, but partner strategy does some, but you also have some insight into the more info that you can give us, because what happens when we go to the brand is they have a lot of questions. And so, or sometimes it's just like a hard no, but then it sounds like a hard no. But as we start to say, well, do you realize that we're generating this much money for you every month through this site, through these clicks? Sometimes there's some flexibility. We're trying really hard. This has been a very consistent topic that I have discussed with partner strategy, discussed with brands. I looked at contracts last week. We actually have a paragraph. This I didn't know until last week. We have a paragraph in it that say that we retain editorial license. I don't know, sometimes that's getting like redlined out. But we're trying really hard to move more in the direction of that editorial independence. So, but I would say that was a very long answer to your short question about where to make that request. Again, I prefer to just see it in Airtable, and that way, if maybe Kirsten's been handling the ticket, but she's out this week when feedback comes through from a particular brand, and Kyle may be able to just go ahead and handle it through the Airtable ticket. So that's the best way. Partner strategy is likely to get involved, but I just would love to start it in Airtable just to make sure we don't drop the ball on anything. Get a clear track for that.
She said, if we have something worded a certain way for SEO purposes, is that a fact that you can
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. And again, the more details you can give us on that, the better that is for us, the more likely we are to be able to persuade them. And sometimes it's just like a no, but they often ask, like, is this an SEO play? Why do you want it to be this way? They ask those questions, particularly AT&T and DirecTV ask those questions. But the more info you can give us, the better. But they absolutely, it does matter, and they are more likely to say yes, you're fine if they know increases in SEO, we're going to have double the volume if we word it as, gig speed instead of 1,000 megabytes or something like that. So if we understand the reasoning behind it, that's definitely really helpful.
Awesome. Cool. Well, that takes us through all of our starter questions. We have a couple more minutes. Does anyone on the call now have an additional question for us?
I threw another one in the chat. Just to follow up on the SEO is something that you can bring back to the brain. So please provide that to you that's good. And then I was wondering, I know a lot of times when we have QA from brands, they want to change things that are kind of adhering to our site-wide voice and tone, or like we have templates and we kind of structure things and use headlines in certain ways. Are those types of things that you can take back to the brand and are those types of things that will kind of hold up in a quote-unquote argument with the content?
Absolutely, absolutely. No information is too much. We may or may not use it, but I think that's great. We did have a situation with Verizon where there was something we said that was a little sarcastic and they didn't like it, and I made the argument that this is why we get starters on this site, because they like the style of this, the writing on this site, or I'm not probably using the right wording, but yeah, absolutely. If you have a certain voice for a certain site and it fits with that, and changing that to the brand's request would negate that, absolutely. I'd love to do that. And Krista, I can kind of answer your question. I have another piece that goes with this, and Billy had asked me originally to kind of just talk overview about some of the things we look for in editorial, and I think we've answered most of it with our questions, but just one thing that we haven't discussed today that is something that we're looking for is any kind of claims or anything that might bring us risk. So for example, and something that you just might not think of, but that for me as a compliance person or Kirsten, we're looking at